Dan, that baby blue sweatshirt.
It's a t-shirt.
That was a t-shirt. I didn't see it's a good color, man.
Looks good.
Dan, that grab this real quick.
I am what you call handsome. You have to do the laugh thing first because people don't like, you're not handsome. You're goofy looking in your blue shirt, your Robin's egg blue shirt.
But what color are the pants?
Tam.
Okay, that's a good combo.
I'm saying, like, I gotta set up, guys. I'm straight out of these shirts draped so nicely.
Straight out of J. Crew or something. I don't know. Oshkosh bagosh. Oshkosh bagosh.
Oshkosh, oh my gosh. That's their plus sized brand
For the big babies.
for the big babies. Well, good morning, Sam. How was the fuck is up with your username? Are you trying to
Oh,
with your
what
AI?
is going on? Hold on.
If you don't know, now you know. Secret.
Man, where is everybody? It's 8:01. It's time for some fun. We need to get going. My win, I'm going to start us off, is my website's finally live.
Oh,
Send it.
nice.
BigRockAV.com.
I love it.
Period.
Not gonna lie, it's pretty freaking sweet.
My win is that the house that my buyers are purchasing appraised 5,000 above what they are contracted at.
So you're
Nice.
walking in with instant equity?
Absolutely.
How do you do it? How do you make it so easy?
You know,
Just just out here, being a badass, don't worry about me.
oh hell no. Trying to be better.
Love it. My win is I was gonna try and screen share, but I'll just tell you guys. So
I can share it here.
Okay.
Advanced sharing options. All participants allow.
Send request.
There you go.
Boom. I just went under contract on this. Wait, we get lined out here. This bad boy right here. 350 with a $35,000 assignment fee. A or B, this is wrong. It's closer to 500. Gonna take $120,000 in rehab, and I'll be able to put it back on the market for. Well, current value is like 510. That's what it appraised at, but it'll sell for like 625. So, but I'm gonna do it as a rental.
Is that one of those coast things you talked about for a while back?
No, this is so no, but that's still a thing. This is random. So I live right here. There's 10 acres to go up this way. And these people here are my neighbors. They called me and they're like, "Hey, do you know any good hard money lenders?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, me sometimes. What's the deal?" And these people here are both, it's kind of a sad story, but they're both like stage 4 cancer and need money to move up to Alaska and get treatment up there and just try and, their kids live up in Alaska. So I kind of went over there, talked to them through the house is pretty messed up. I mean, the house is fine. It's just the property is terrible. Like there's cars and brambles and just tons of garbage and it's rough. 30 years of smoking in there. But they said, if we can pay off our loan and get $100,000, that'll give us enough to start treatment, both put on hospice and give our kids like 50 grand. I was like, okay, did the numbers. I was like, yeah, 350 makes sense. I can for sure do that. So we close in 3 days and I'm gonna start the rehab on it, but pretty excited. Plus, I don't know if you guys have seen any of my like older reels, but I make my boy and I'll make them. I offer my boys employment to help me do this stuff and teach them, some vital trades that Generation Alpha probably won't get otherwise. And they get a little bit of money. So I'm excited to be across the street from my house and work on a flip.
And I'm the only one on here that captured Sam's address from all this.
Damn it. Stop share.
I heard he texted him this morning and asked where he lived because I couldn't remember if he was in Oregon or Washington. We were going to try to both be sitting side by side drinking coffee this morning and just surprise you guys.
I tried doing that too, but he didn't want to come to Seattle. He's all, no, fuck Seattle.
Dude, literally fuck Seattle. I don't know why you wanted to visit. Everywhere else in the state is beautiful, but I hate
It was the
Seattle.
people, man. Seattle was gorgeous. The weather was gorgeous. The people were not.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, any who's it what's it's. How's the rest of you now that you're on the call? What are your wins, your celebrations, something you're just dang proud of? We're sharing some stuff. I only spent 17 hours on the phone during a 3-day vacation. So there's a win.
There you go.
Got an offer accepted this morning.
There you go. Way to go, Gracie.
Nice.
Out there in her leopard print getting offers done. All that beast mode. And she's
I was
not
gonna say leopard print and the headset and
It's a
speed
$600
walking.
thing.
Please tell me you're in a mall and you've got like some super comfortable shoes on.
I'm at the beach.
Way better. Way
There
better.
you go. Yeah.
Better than the mall.
It's God's mall. You can
Yeah.
get all kinds of trinkets.
Yeah.
Gadgets and gizmos galore. You want hoots and was-its? She's got 4. Thingamajigs? No one.
Several.
Calm down, Ariel. Calm down.
I'm not Ariel. I'm really glad Christina sometimes is exactly on my wavelength with things because it makes my jokes so much better to me. All
I
right.
want to leave that one friend.
It is Finance Friday with Spamwell. So let's hear some wins in the finance world, Sam. What's going on that's going to help our buyers and sellers?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what.
Other than the government shutdown.
The government shutdown. So we've seen kind of nationwide, and I'll pick your individual brains to see if you see this in your own business, but we've seen a little bit of a slowdown in the past week and a half, 2 weeks, just for all of real estate transacting. And it's kind of interesting because where rates are at right now, still slightly elevated from where they should be after the Fed announcement, and where they're trending, i.e. like beginning of Q2, end of Q1, 2026. People that are in the market but not making decisions right now, there's a huge opportunity. I think that once they kind of hit that 5 to 5.5 range, it's going to bring such an influx of buyers to the market that we'll see something similar to what happened during the pandemic. But it's going to change real estate again, and it's going to make it, people that will buy between now and like February 28th of this coming year are going to have a massive opportunity to snag some equity. I believe that in my gut, but also there's a ton of data to back that up. So I think the conversation right now in mortgage and in real estate is, yeah, if you can and you're just unsure, man, now's the time to do it, and not look back in 5 years and be like, you know what, I should have bought a house when Sam said to buy a house. I have so many people that have told me, man, I wish I had bought in 2019 when you said to. Well, we've all had those conversations, though, right?
I talked to a guy yesterday, bought his house in 2021 for $421,000. And he's like, I want to sell it for $650. And I said, okay, what makes you think that that's possible? He goes, well, everyone else in my neighborhood sold their house for a lot more. I'm like, dude, did you know that you bought your house literally at the peak? What have you done to it since you bought it? Nothing. Okay. Well, I hate to disappoint you, my friend, but you bought at the highest value possible, so not going to work. I also talked to another friend of mine who bought in 2019. That said, I'm not sure I can sell my house. I don't know if I have enough equity. And we dumped into it. And I was like, okay, what'd you pay for it? $200,000. Instantly, I know, right? There's equity. Does anyone's market have a $200,000 house? Eric's like, Sierra Vista does.
South Tucson, and it's a total piece of shit.
So called him up and said, okay, what'd you buy it from? $200,000. All right, tell me more about it. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on an acre. He lives in Michigan, upper state Michigan. So I do the research. His house is worth $350,000. I was like, you have about $150,000 worth of equity. His exact words, if I could walk away with $30,000 to pay off some credit card debt, I'd be happy. I was like, dude, you're going to walk away with a whole lot more than that. And this goes back to why we randomly call people and touch our databases. I hadn't talked to this guy in 2 years, 3 years. And just to check in on him, a couple weeks later, he calls me up and says, hey, we want to sell our house. And the agent that we bought it from is no longer in the business. Do you know any good agents in this area? And I said, no, but let me talk to a couple. And I talked to a couple. And yesterday I got a hold of the broker of the Keller Williams in his area. And she was phenomenal. Really good interaction, had conversation. That one phone call made me about $1,000.
Crazy.
Guys, there's an opportunities. But Sam's right. People are gonna be like, man, I wish I'd have bought a house then. So even in the dude that bought the house at the top of the market, 2021, can he sell his house? Yeah, he's just not going to make $150,000. The person that bought their house last week and wants to sell it this week, probably going to lose some money. What does
It's already gone. There was cops behind you.
Oh, was it? Oh. What did Dan do? Lots. Lots of things. Many of them are crimes against nature for being so good looking. I don't know how you guys handle me every day. But when you're talking about the market, right? How long are you going to live here? When does renting versus ownership make sense? Let's look at long term, and let's talk to people like Spam. Say, hey, Spammel, what benefit would it be for me to buy a house if I plan to live in this area for 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, well, if you could rewind 5 to 10 years ago and fix the price of gas and groceries then, would you have done it?
Absolutely.
Right? That's the thing. We talked about this a couple calls ago, but in the more like blue states in the US, rent increases because of this moratorium that's kind of happening nationwide on, well, not nationwide, just in a lot, predominantly in those blue states, where they're capping it at 9% increase per year. Everyone is increasing everyone, meaning landlords, increasing the rentals by like 9% a year. So if you think about, buying now versus continuing to rent, well, at 9% a year, it doesn't take very many years for the median rent to surpass what a mortgage payment is today. So it goes back to that thing, do you want to fix that? Maybe stretch yourself a little bit for the first year or two and pay slightly more on a mortgage, but also gain equity. That's one thing. So I'll give you one of my red flags. I grew up as, one of 8 kids, were homeschooled, super far into poverty level. And so when I got into the workforce and started making money, I was really good at talking to people, really good at sales and finance, and I started making a ton of money. And I was terrible at saving that money. So I still am. If I have, a bunch of money in my account, I want to go buy something like, parts for my truck or a new gun or dirt bikes for the kids or just something, right? So the one way that I have found to keep that from happening is I still buy stuff, but I buy things that appreciate. So I buy a ton of real estate. And I bring that up not as like, anything other than the fact that buying real estate has been the only thing, not the only thing, one of the things that has really been a differentiating factor in my life for, my kids' future and their ability to go to college someday and all that stuff. So yeah, buy real estate.
So one of the best things is an asset that appreciates or cash flows pays for a liability that doesn't. I had a buddy of mine, him Anthony, in high school, was a big pot connoisseur and distributor of the green medicines. And this is back when it wasn't really legal. And so you could make a lot of money doing some stupid things. And Anthony wasn't exactly a bad kid. He just had a terrible string of decisions. Well, he had a ton of money in high school. Ton. Not that Anthony. Different Anthony. Much taller and thinner. No offense. But like 9 foot tall. Dude was sticking bones. But he would get all this money. And then when we turned 19, like something in his head switched. And he put all of his cash that he had been saving under his mattress into the stock market. At 19, he's like, you know what, Dan? I'm just. He read a book. I've got the book. He gave it to me. It was Mad Money. He read the book Mad Money, and he's like, I'm tired of, living this life. I'm tired of always being sketched out and having weird people in my house. So in the next 2 years, he went from buying everything, random toys and trinkets and new cars every weekend, it seemed like, to he went to, well, no, I've got $20,000 to buy this car. I'm going to take that $20,000. I'm going to put it in the account, and I'm going to let the 4, 5, 6% yield, whatever it is, pay the payments on the car. Because now I have the money and the car. And he did that for 7 or 8 years. And he really got his life together, bought another house, bought his mom a house, figured his life out, and then one day just said, you know what, I'm going to become a helicopter pilot. And he sold everything and effed off to Florida for 9 months, became a helicopter pilot. Now he flies those big luxury, like billionaire helicopters. And he's making $500,000 a year. And he's still doing the same thing. The guy's got more money than God. And it all started because he went from buying things to acquiring things. There's a difference.
Well, it all started from slinging dime bags, but
we're not going to talk about, most of the gangsters out there, right? Trump, Clinton, all the gangsters out there started from humble beginnings, right? But that was the thing, is no matter how you're making money, right now, if you're 18, 19, 30, 80, 90, I don't care how old you are, there's an opportunity to take that money and buy assets, acquire assets that become either appreciating assets or cash flowing assets, and maybe both, that help you offset your liabilities. Well, Dan, my car payment's $500 a month. Okay, great. If you're cash flowing on your house $100 a month, how many houses do you need to pay for that liability? On top of those 5, yeah, I know, Dan, I need, 5 houses. How can I buy 5 houses? Well, this is a 5-year plan. You buy one house today, FHA loan, 3.5% down. You need 12 grand, right? You move into it, you do some work on it, you flip it, you refinance to a conventional loan, you go buy another house. You move into that one, FHA loan, 3.5% down. You need 12 grand. Then you do that 3, 4, 5 times, right? Sam, how many houses do we have now after 5 years?
I was
5 houses.
5, yeah.
And if you're making $100 per house, that's $500 a month. I know it doesn't seem like much, but what are the 4 ways you make money with real estate? Anyone know?
Cash flow,
Cash
appreciation,
flow, appreciation,
taxes,
tax savings, tax sheltering,
depreciation.
debt buy down.
Mhm.
Because someone's renting your house from you. Are you paying the mortgage? No. So a percentage of whatever they're paying you, let's say it's $2,000 a month. 80% of it goes to taxes, or it goes to interest in the first couple of years. So $400 a month, it may not be cash flow, but it's debt buy down. Now the spread between what you owe and what it's worth becomes bigger and bigger and bigger every single month. Do you get that when you rent out a house?
Mhm.
No.
It's just a liability.
It's just a liability, right? We talk about assets and liabilities. If we can find a way to be a homeowner, we then unlock the potential for the 4 ways to make money. How can you make money in renting? Nobody? Got nothing?
But the
Yeah,
equity,
Subleasing to some sucker.
Yeah, you could
There you go. Yeah.
sublet it out to some sucker. You absolutely could. You absolutely could. If the lease will let you do that. Absolutely. You could arbitrage it. Airbnb arbitrage. People rent out nice places and then turn around and put it on Airbnb and sublet it out and make good, decent money. It's a non-asset holding way of making cash flow. But then you are hit with the entirety of the income. There's no debt, there's no depreciation, there's no interest savings, there's no tax sheltering. Yeah, you're making $100,000, but you're also paying taxes on $100,000. I made $100,000 in rentals and I paid tax on $9,000 legally.
Yep.
Guys, this is where having a partner like Sam to talk about the financial aspects and the opportunities. Well, Dan, I don't have the money. How did Sam start today's conversation?
Hard money lenders.
Okay, those of you on the call that don't exactly know what a hard money lender is, I want you to be vulnerable and tell us. Do you not understand what a hard money lender is?
Yeah, I'll show you guys something really cool, actually. Well, while you're answering the question, it's gonna take a second to queue up. So,
Right? Okay, who knows what a hard money lender is? For the 90% of you who aren't paying attention today. Okay. Eric, give us explanation in layman terms.
Hard money lender is an individual that will lend you the amount plus probably more interest to purchase the house. It's more so private parties.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a client text me. I was supposed to be doing showings.
Better not be that other guy.
Nope. He called me yesterday. He's also, how do I get a conversation with you then? I was like, sign a buyer broker agreement.
Sorry to be an asshole, man. Just protecting my license.
I love it.
It's a hard money loan is an organization or an individual that is willing to take a riskier loan at a higher interest rate for a shorter period of time. Usually 80-90% of the value of the property. So if you've got something that is just dog ugly, like Sam was telling about this property on the corner around from his house, that's got cars and trash and all kinds of stuff that needs to be fixed on the house, it's probably not worth that much to the average consumer. They're like, this is way too much work. But Sam goes, hey, my boys need some gas money. They need some work. I got the opportunity to do so. We're going to clear it. We're going to do the work. And a bank's not going to touch it. So I need to do some private financing. There are people all over this world that have money that they're looking to put somewhere. Like we talk about Anthony. Have a good day at school, Bubba.
They said have a good day at school. They say send Arlo here. Send Arlo here to say bye.
So just like Anthony, where he's instead of spending money, he's trying to acquire things because they got people. How much do you make from a savings account? 0.1%?
I think you lose money on a savings account with inflation.
Yeah. So, and even a high yield savings account, 4%. So if I've got $100,000 sitting in a savings account, a high yield savings account, I'm making $4,000 a year for it sitting there, or I can put that money to work.
You said we're not gonna be able to have our pictures taken today.
Yeah,
We
you
need the paper signed off.
I'll send him in.
Send them in.
personally.
Or Dad, but we can't get the pictures taken today. Because it's Mom didn't sign the paper.
I'll do it. I'll bring it to school. You finish this call.
Yeah, Dad's got it. Don't worry, kid.
Yeah.
Got this. So
I wanted to show you guys this here. So with a hard money loan, you usually have to do what's called an investment memorandum. So you basically write up the scope of the project, kind of what the ask is, all that stuff. This used to be something that would take me, probably a solid 2 or 3 days to gather all the data. Just because there's a lot that, if you're doing it correctly, there's a lot that goes into it. ChatGPT or just any GPT now, it is so stinking good. I did this in 15 minutes, maybe it's 10 minutes, right? But here's kind of the prompt I put in. So I used agent. Do you guys use agent mode on GPT at all?
sometimes.
So agent mode or deep research will essentially, agent mode will act as if it's an agent. So it's pulling up websites, logging into any sort of public record, anything that needs logins, it'll do that. And then deep research does a little bit more. So agent mode initially asks it to pull public data on the address here, do investment write-up, and I kind of gave the details. So purchase price, assignments due, rehab, ARV, what I'm going to contribute to it, 120-day flip, needed funding for 12 months, paid off in 6, 5 months, payments wrapped into cost, 2% origination, 12% on money. So then it pulls all this stuff here, right? So this is literally everything I need to know at the property in this first scrub. So the year it's built, 1 story, 2 bed, 1 bath, square footage. It shows the parcel, shows the parcel number here. It shows how it was zoned. So this is really important here because this property was initially 2 separate parcels. and they combined them into one in the like mid 2010s. So after I close on this, I go back to the county and say, hey, you guys stole a parcel from me, I want it back. And they'll complain and then they'll give it to me. So 2 parcels, one which I'll sell with the house and the one which I'll put another home on. So that's a huge win right there.
Huge
Uses well water, electric pole, so it's aerial electricity, not underground, which is unfortunate, but it's not a big deal. Septic, shows you the concrete foundation, lap siding, gable roof, all this stuff here. This is like important things that a lender is going to want to know, right? This is also a big one. So it'll pull public data to find out if there's liens on it. No public liens. 2025 assessed value. This is actually incorrect here. It's like 4 something, but it's either way, it's pulling a bunch of data that would take me a while to grab. And then here's the cool thing. It shows me all these demographics of Stanwood and why this is a great market to buy an investment property. It goes on, there's a ton of data, like more data than I would initially need. But this took me like 15 minutes, and now I have a complete scope of the project, and I have, for my own sake, I have like a risk factor. So it'll go through and say like, is this a good investment or not, right? And it'll run all the kind of data and say, yeah, this is a good investment because my cash on cash return is going to be like 52%, which is insane. So yeah, if you're not using GPT for stuff like this, it's a huge game changer, just in the fact that like it'll do all the work, it'll do it faster than you and more efficiently than you. Most people, use GPT for like low level stuff, but for things like this, it's a huge time compounder. Compressor, give you back your time. So that's what I do in all my projects now. I have it kind of do deep research, write up an investment memorandum, and I'll tell you, I pass on probably more projects than I pick up, but the ones I do pick up on are at least base hits.
Love that, guys. I hope you're seeing the value in taking all this stuff together, man. There is value to be had, and I think some of the best real estate investors are realtors. And why do you think that is? Because we play in the space of real estate every single day. So lending, managing, or reselling is a fantastic opportunity for you. So Sam, thank you so much for sharing some of the insights on how you're finding your millions, man. I really hope someone out there sees this and goes, it's not that hard. I'm going to try. I'm going to start.
Yeah, in the 2 minutes we have left, I'll just say this. Coming from, a large family under the poverty level, first generation wealth building is like a huge passion of mine. Not just for me and, pass it on to my kids, but to help people find ways to do that. And it took me a long time to figure out how incredibly easy it was. That's a sad thing to say, but it is not as complicated as we make it. So what I want to do is be an example, and I also want to be a resource. So if there's any way that if you've ever considered or thought about getting into real estate investing or anything like that, there's so many ways to do it. I'm always here to kind of walk you through. I've had weird scenarios, I've had really easy scenarios, but it's not impossible, and you don't need millions of dollars to start. My contribution in this project is like $52,000, and that's something that might seem like a lot of money for some people, but gosh, how many houses did you sell to get 52,000? That's like 2 loans for me, right? 3 loans maybe in commissions. How many is that? What, 3 houses?
Yeah,
3 houses.
For California's 2. For Tucson, it's 5.
Who could sell 3 houses by the end of the year?
3 of us. The rest of you can too. Raise your damn hands.
The answer is everyone. Everyone can.
Except Jessica, she's driving, and Anthony.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's buy some real estate. There's so many
Once we
like
get the 50 grand. How do we find the partner? I know I came in a little late. I don't know if you talked about it.
Sam,
yeah.
Sam's your partner.
Yep, there you go. I'll partner with you, Jim. Let's go buy some real estate.
Okay.
Honestly, I've partnered on a ton of projects, and partnership can seem scary, but we have this thing called contracts and law that can really help protect you. And we have, like GPT that can write up legal contracts, and you send it to an attorney to have them verify it. I know we're out of time, but guys, here, put my number in chat. If anyone wants to talk about this today,
I've got your number.
hit me. I know you do, Jim. Hit me up. I'm also gonna do a bunch of TikTok content on this flip because a lot of people have been asking, like, how the fuck do you do this? And it's not hard. And I don't, it's not super complicated. So
Buy a dump trailer, have a bunch of kids, put them to work. Or borrow mine. Both. Dump trailer and so Sam, thank you so much for your partnership. Love having you on these Friday calls.
absolutely.
I hope you guys know the value that you're getting every single week, every single morning that you show up for. Is today worth your time? Good. I'll see you guys
Always.
on Monday. Here's your challenge for the weekend. Let's go have 20 conversations with people this weekend. 20? Yes, 20. Starting today. That means you have 6 and a third per day. I think you guys can get there. Sound good?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. Until then, I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.